Councilors play a vital role in grassroots legislation, oversight, and community representation, making them legislators at the local government level. And to elevate this office, we must clarify and dignify it. I therefore urge this gathering, especially the Delta State House of Assembly, to consider constituting a committee to deliberate and recommend a title that reflects the true unique role of councillors within our democratic system.
And if it is by making laws, we already have the national distinguished senators. We have the honorable members of the House of Reps.
I stand before you here today with a sense of appreciation of the pivotal role government play celebrating grassroots development and deepening our democracy. I am particularly impressed with this laudable move by Delta State Councilors to initiate this dialogue. The theme for today's discourse is most apt to this defining moment of our country's democracy. With the local government councils now enjoying full financial autonomy, courtesy of the landmark Supreme Court judgment, it is expected that development at the grassroots will be enhanced, unhindered by political interference and administrative bottlenecks. It also means that the elected local government council chairmen and their councillors will have no excuse, no performance. Before I proceed to declare this symposium open, I want to take a minute to recognize and celebrate the guest speaker and the discussants at this forum. The weight of knowledge and experience of the array of speakers and discussants today is a proof of the seriousness that the organizers attached to this program. When the subject matter is grassroots development, there's no better person to speak on this issue more than His Excellency Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. He is a consummate grassroots politician and local government administrator. Very experienced, very articulate, man of few words, and a mentor. Let me also to recognize Gary Consulting Associates for their willingness and commitment to partner with the State Councilors to organize this program. And to all the stakeholders and invited esteemed guests present here, highly appreciated. I know the lead speaker and the discussant will do justice to the topic of the day. But I want to say, when you are given a position to do something, do what concerns you. The MC, Pastor Powell, doesn't have my mandate to speak because I'm the only one who can respond all the minute past governor. So for him to talk here, he only needs to just introduce us, just for the case of next time. I know His Excellency Senator Ifeanyi Okowa will dwell on some of the issues that is being raised, and also in the law, the local government law in section 41 and 42 that concerns the functions and responsibility of the councils in line with the Delta State Law 2017 as amended. Nevertheless, you can only measure your successes or achievement against the mandate as contained in this law. I must acknowledge that many of our councillors are doing very well. Even with what you have done today, to come together and to organize this symposium shows that people know what you are doing. In recent months, we have commissioned some legacy projects, and there are many others yet to be commissioned. I commend the chairman, councillors, and staff, respective councils, for their dedication to duty and commitment to the welfare of our people. As the third tier of government closest to the people, the success of councillors contributes to the success of the state and federal government. However, I must say there is still room for improvement. You will recall that during the inauguration of the new council chairman in July 2024, I emphasized on the need to formulate and implement programs to address the recurring problems of poverty, employment, and environmental decay. Our communities, especially our urban centers, can wear better faces while maintaining proper waste disposal and rules and digital habits. Councils should also embark aggressive public enlightenment campaigns to sensitize our people. Let me also address the issue of security in our local government areas. See, some of the chairmen are here. I know some of the chairmen are here, so I want to also state it, that in our local government, the chairmen and the councillors in the ward have a role to play, because security issue is a shared responsibility. So if you hold your wards very well and you hold the council very well, the security challenges will reduce. So it's like some areas, what happens in some local government, some of the chairmen are not proactive enough. Because if you work with your councillors, there will be a lot of information that you will gather. During your security council meeting in the local government, during the security council meeting in the local government, be able to know how to discuss with the security agencies. When they come out with some issues, we know how to respond. Not only just hearing from them and without having first-hand information. So it's something that we also, chairman, need to look into. The town hall meetings is very important. Very soon, I will continue with town hall meeting by early next year. To see how I can engage each of the local government to know the things we have done, and the things we have not done, and the things we are going to do. I'm listening to the presentation by the chairman of the Delta State Councilors Forum. First, let me address the issue of the salary issue. As some of you may not know, I want you to know today that Delta State, there's no state in Nigeria that have the kind of salary structure we have today. There are some places they pay special advisors 300,000, 200,000, they pay them. You can find out. Our special assistant receives 250. Outside interest, and you get 100,000. Our councillors today receive 370,000. And this issue of reducing the salary wasn't done because the state want to do it. It was queried by Auditor General. It was not in line with RAFAC. So some of this you stated so I don't understand. And then I was a speaker. And we did it. So you must do things in line with the RAFAC. So it's not issue of that the state reduced or what. No, it was queried. And when there's query like that, we need to respond. And that was what led to that reduction. And also, it was also a benefit for councillors. Before councillors will finish their tenure, their severance, they will not get it. They will be dragging for severance 1 year, 2 years. And if you look at that law, if you look at that, what we did there was that after 18 months, you start receiving part of your severance. By the time your tenure runs out, they will know the local government will not be owing you anymore. Those are some of the benefits that is. So sometimes, you know, as a lawmaker, you don't have a senior councillor now. I mean, so on the issue of, you talked about the issue of mobility. Issue of mobility, I will agree with you that in each council there should be a vehicle platform to go for oversight. Because when I was a councillor, we had station wagon 504 that we used for inspection, and then was supervising councillor for works. At that time, you must be a councillor to be a vice at that time. So I agree with you that a council that have money can at least make a vehicle available. If you can give your leader vehicle, you give your HDM, you give your TLG vehicle, there's no reason why you will not give councillors one vehicle for oversight function. It now becomes a pool car. Listen, people should listen. No councillor, I will tell you the truth here. You know me, I always tell you the truth. Not to just come here. I came here because I want to speak to you. So you don't expect that a councillor, they should buy a vehicle councillor. There's nowhere in Nigeria. There's nowhere in Nigeria. You don't deceive the public. Listen. You have to listen so that you can understand. So that's on the issue of vehicle. Ordinarily, I would just speak here and go, but I won't do that because I was once a councillor. So then, consistent project. I've spoken to chairmen that want to listen because some of you will just go, you are doing project, you are not carrying your councillor along. It is wrong. It is very, very wrong. You must carry your councillors along. There must be something. I told Agor chairman here. I said, look, in your meeting, tell your chairman to at least have a consistency project in each of the wards. And with that, they will have something to say in their ward. How much? You are doing project of how many? Almost 1 billion. What stopped you not to give half of that money to give projects, consistency project to councillors? Because they are there to represent the people. So on that issue, Agor chairman, I'm directing you today that the council that are very buoyant, they should carry their councillor and see they can provide consistency projects to them. On the issue of tenure allocation, well, we have a law. I won't speak on outside the law because anything I'm saying will not make any sense. So we'll look at what your request on the Supreme Court judgment. We need to look at it again. Look at it very well again. And when we look at it, we'll see what we can do. But I want to tell you something. It is only in Delta State in Nigeria that the government don't interfere, even before the Supreme Court judgment, and we don't even take local government money to do anything. It's only in Delta. Before the Supreme Court judgment, ask all the chairmen. We augment with 100-something million every month. It was after the Supreme Court judgment, carry your load. I say you carry your load. Started carrying their load. That was what happened. And that Supreme Court judgment is in the state favor because we're already practicing it. So what I want to say here is that I want to commend the Delta State Councilors Forum for putting this together. In conclusion, let me charge the local government councils on the need for civility and decorum in the collection of taxes and levies. The personnel for this assignment should be well trained, enlightened, and responsible men and women who will not harass our people and take the law into their hands. While wishing you all a very fruitful celebration, it is now my pleasure to declare this symposium open to the glory of God and the benefit of the state. God bless Delta State. God bless us all.
Invite my colleague, Sami Fijoku, to do the needful.
I'm here presenting my boss, Mr. Speaker, and I have a speech which I want to read. Remark by Right Honorable Gowon Mutumi, then Speaker of the National Assembly, at the symposium organized by the Delta State Councilors Forum in partnership with Gary Consulting Associates Limited. His Excellency the Governor has just left us. The Deputy Governor is not here. Our immediate past Governor is here with us. Governor has spoken well talking about his grassroots understanding and orientation as the former council chairman, honorable commissioner, dear president, the chairman of Delta State Councilors Forum, members of the Councilors Forum, invited guests, and let me recognize the leader of the house and my dear colleagues who are here with me. Gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to stand before you today on behalf of the Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Gowon Mutumi, at this Councilors Forum in partnership with Gary Consulting Associates Limited. The Speaker and members of the House extend their warm greetings and felicitations. Mr. Speaker would have loved to personally deliver this remark, but is unavoidably absent due to previous scheduled legislative engagements. The theme of this symposium, repositioning the grassroots, strengthening local governance for sustainable development in Nigeria in the spirit of local government autonomy, is both timely and highly relevant. It captures the essence of true democratic governance, bringing government closer to the people and the grassroots, and ensuring inclusiveness, which is an essential tool for driving sustainable growth at that level. As the top tier of government and the closest to the people, the local government system is constitutionally mandated to play a critical role in service delivery, community development, and participatory governance. For Nigeria to experience true and sustainable development, local government structures must be therefore repositioned and strengthened as the foundation upon which state and national progress rest. Local government autonomy is not merely a constitutional aspiration, it's a democratic necessity. In this regard, I commend His Excellency the Governor of Delta State for his unwavering commitment to purposeful governance and development at the local government level under the Renewal for More agenda. Under his leadership, the state government's investment in infrastructure, empowerment scheme, and community development have created an enabling environment for local government to thrive and deliver the dividends of democracy to our people. As senior colleagues to elected councillors in the legislative arm of our local government, the Delta State House of Assembly remains committed to enacting laws and providing the necessary guidance and support to enhance their legislative input for effective governance at the grassroots. On behalf of the Speaker, I assure you that we will continue to partner with the state government to promote local government autonomy and ensure that councillors' true voice of the people at the grassroots are well positioned and adequately equipped to discharge their constitutional responsibility. Let me say this. We heard one of the requests from the chairman of the Councilors Forum when he talked about tenure elongation. He made a request and appealed to the state government and the House directly. We are aware of the judgment of the Supreme Court, which emphasized the need for local government elected officials to have 4 years tenure. But like His Excellency the Governor just said, we have a local government law upon which the chairman and councillors were elected, and the details of that local government law is very clear. It's 3 years mandate. But the Supreme Court has spoken. It's the highest court of the land. There's no other court that we can appeal to. So in due time, as a very vibrant house, we will see the possibility of aligning our law to conform with the judgment of the Supreme Court. I can assure you on that. Let me continue with the speech. I also commend the Delta State Councilors Forum for convening this symposium at this critical time. It provides a veritable platform for idea sharing, collaboration, and consensus building. I believe that the deliberations here will yield innovative solutions and strategies to further empower elected councillors to work in synergy with local government leadership and align with the developmental agenda of the state government, leveraging the benefit of local government autonomy. In conclusion, it is my earnest expectation that we all work together to strengthen democratic structures at the local government level and place them on a stronger pedestal to drive meaningful and sustainable development at the grassroots. As leaders and stakeholders in every stratum of government, may God grant us wisdom to lead, strength to serve, and grace to promote the common good for the benefit of our people at the grassroots. Thank you and God bless you all. Right Honorable Montimigo Dennis, Speaker and Delta South Assembly, presented by my officer. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and Chairman, for this symposium. Your Excellency, without wasting time, we are going to take just 2 goodwill messages, very, very brief, before we go straight to the very business of the day, the keynote lecture. I'd like to invite first, in no particular order, the Honorable Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. Let's welcome Prince Kelly Binau. Please, a big round of applause for him. Of course, standing by after him will be the Chief of Staff to Senator Eden Ofuala.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am here to bring a golden message from the most distinguished senator representing the wonderful people of Delta Central Senator. Ide Safenome. Your Excellency, sir, former governor of Delta State, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. I want to stand on the existing protocol and recognize the leadership of the State House of Assembly and the members. I recognize the leadership of the Councilors Forum. Having said that, I want to proceed with a goodwill message from the Senator. As you all are aware, the topic for today is very, very hard. Repositioning the grassroots, strengthening local government for sustainable development in Nigeria in the way of local government. You see, we have always made use of the word, the term, every politics is what? Is local. And if you keep singing the word that every politics is local, and you don't do anything to sustain that word, then you have not been truthful to yourself. If you look at the political life, democracy started from the grassroots. If you are in politics and you don't believe in the sustenance of the local people, the grassroots, I wonder where your political journey will take you to. So, I want to see that everybody, all of us, every politically conscious person, boy or girl, man or woman, to be conscious of the fact that we must do everything humanly possible to assist the grassroots. And who are the drivers of the grassroots? The drivers of the grassroots are the councillors. They are the councillors. The councillors drive the grassroots. So, everybody should take it up upon himself or herself going forward that everything that we need to do must start from the grassroots and giving our all support, measurable support to the grassroots to make sure that we can grow our democracy. No democracy can survive without the grassroots. And councillors being the drivers of the grassroots must be pampered. They talk about welfare. Yes, it takes a man who is welfare, who is well cared for, to carry out a reasonable assignment. So, if we know the importance of the grassroots, we must do everything humanly possible to make sure that councillors are properly taken care of. I will join to plead with all our chairmen that going forward, every local government should provide councillors vehicles for their inspection. And if the councillors, you believe the shout is not being listened to, please let the cry get up so some of us can hear. But when we hear, we come back, we meet Mr. Governor, we meet Mr. Commissioner. By so doing, I think we'll be able to put some things together. So I quite agree with you that we need to strengthen the local grassroots system, and we'll continue to do everything humanly possible to make sure that the grassroots is well positioned for democratic activities. God bless you all as you have put this together. Continue to think about better ways and more to do. To support you, we'll continue to support you. God bless you.
Your Excellency, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Ato Kowa, former governor of Delta State, the representative of the Speaker, Delta State House of Assembly, please permit me to stand on the existing order of protocol. Today, I want to commend the Councilors Forum, Delta State Councilors Forum, for this symposium. I'm very happy that the governor is here, the governor was here, and the way he addressed every one of us on how to move the state forward. Councilors, they are grassroots mobilizers. I want to ensure you that you all to work with your chairman closely. It's not by fighting. The chairman, they are your brothers. They are from your state. They are from your local government. They are not outsiders. If you have anything to tell them, you know their house, you know their office, go to them and put it right. Don't go by agitation. Don't go by message, you hear this, you hear that. You should be able to ask questions before you act. And as councillors, let your people know you in your various world. Let them know you in your various world. Don't be councillor from afar. Be closely with your world. Go to your world meeting. Attend ceremonies. Go to your world meeting, attend ceremonies, work closely with your people so that they will know you. Don't be councillor that live in another local government and you are representing your local government. Represent your world well so that the people will enjoy the dividends of democracy.
First, before I go to my speech, I want to truly congratulate the Councilors Forum, as led by their chairman, for this very, very important thing that they have done in this state. As councillors, it sets a model that other successive administrations at the council level will follow. And I thank God that God touched your heart to come together. And not just coming together to party, but you thought that the best thing for you to do was to bring yourself to have a closer examination of what ought to be at the local government council level. And I truly thank God for the life of the chairman, the leader of Maurice South, who is the chairman of the Councilors Forum. And I thank all of you for coming to this event. When you are constructive, especially as young people, you find that you're setting a new pace. And that will earn you respect. And it will earn respect not just to your offices, but it will earn respect to all young persons who are aspiring for the future. So you set a mark, you set the ball rolling. It's my prayer that God will help you as we move forward. May God bless you. Your Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, who just left us because he has some other assignments, the Speaker of the Delta State House of Assembly here represented by the Deputy Speaker, the representative of the Senator representing Delta Central in the red chambers, please permit me to observe all other protocol. I wish to extend my felicitations to our councillors for inviting me to give a talk on the occasion of the congregation of his forum in Delta State with other critical stakeholders in attendance. I do join the councillors to welcome all guests at this all-important event. I'm honored to share my views on the topical issue of autonomy in our local government system. There have been different views expressed on the inadequacy of performance at this level of governance, and many academics have in their studies postulated that the lack of autonomy has hindered the progress anticipated at this tier of government. And administrative functions. It has legal authority to make policies and execute same, prepare its budgets, hire its staff, and has corporate personality. Ayo in 2019 observes that the Nigerian local government system had undergone a series of metamorphoses. He noted that the system has been structured, reorganized, and revitalized depending on the regime in power. Unfortunately, the local government system has suffered a lot because it has continued to go, the kind of administrations that we've had has gone to swing from one administration at the federal level to the other. We have councillors and the chairman can make any plan or execute any project. In most states of the federation, what you have is probably a 1-year tenure, some are tenureless, some you have a maximum of 2 years. But consistently in this state, we have had 3-year tenures. But there's always room for improvement. We have always set the pace as a state, however. Local government autonomy. The pursuit of local government autonomy seeks to reposition the grassroots as a functional and empowered tier of government capable of driving inclusive and sustainable development. The autonomy anticipated presupposes that each tier of government must exist not as an appendage of another government, but as an autonomous entity in the sense of being able to exercise its own will in the conduct of its affairs, free from direction by another government. It's anticipated by the concept of autonomy that men and materials at the grassroots must enhance for easy mobilization for the overall development of the nation. The essence of local government autonomy is to give the rural people the self-governing powers to mobilize and administer local resources to advance development in the society from the local needs and initiatives. The drive for local government autonomy seeks to ensure direct allocation from the federation account, restorance of fiscal independence, promoting democratic governance through credible periodic local government elections that reflect the will of the people, and to enhance efficiency, transparency, and accountability at the local government level. The institutionalization of autonomy opens up transformative opportunities as it will deepen inclusive development as local governments plan specific projects in rural and peri-urban communities tailored to their needs, bridge governance gaps, and service delivery in health, education, water supply, sanitation, and rural infrastructure. 3. Strengthening democratic culture and empower citizens, providing platforms for participatory governance and civic engagement. This in itself is very important that we elaborate as we go forward. Though the 1999 Constitution has amended, provided for a 3-tier system of government in many states of Nigeria. In practice, the local governments have functioned more as administrative outposts. The recent legal and policy strides towards local government autonomy being driven by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration signals a paradigm shift. It is one that can redefine governance, equity, and participatory development at the grassroots level. However, for it to deliver on its full potential, there must be strong political will and institutional reforms and active civic participation. Whatever we're saying at the moment, now the Supreme Court was able to deliver a judgment. But we must give credit to who credit comes from. It was the government and the federation as led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that had to take the states to court on this issue for interpretation. And that was why we have been able to get a landmark judgment in which councils can now receive their allocations directly. although it does not impact differently to us here, because all our allocations we had always received without being tampered. But in many states of the Federation, if you understand how they were working, you will thank God for your life. Because many states of the Federation, they hardly get any money. You just probably only get monies to pay salaries and probably allowances that can just help run the council. But the system has been very different here, and to God be the glory. The Constitution to bring everything in alignment. Capacity development and financial management is important. The building of skills at the local government council level is very important. There's a need to mainstream the sustainable development goals in our various local government councils so that they are whatever you're doing is aimed at achieving something that is important for the local needs. So that as councils, we do not just go on to undertake projects that we just feel is important without really finding out what impact it truly makes in the communities. There's a need to digitize, and also even in terms of collection of our revenues, there's a need to look inward. There's a need to truly relate to the communities, to have the community scorecards of their needs, so that when the communities present their needs to you in terms of preference, and this is something that should be collated by the councillors in their various wards, and then presented to the council chairman. The council chairman is able to now sit down and be able to prepare a budget. So that we do not just prepare budgets and send to the House of Assembly, and many communities are excluded because we do not even have an information as to what the needs of those councils are. For effective impact, there is a need for community consultation, town hall meetings and stakeholders forum, and the need to communicate with faith-based organizations, the civil society organization, women groups, youth groups, and traditional institutions. There is no one at that local level that is unimportant. The more you relate to them very closely, the more likely you are going to succeed. The governor talked about security concerns. If there is a close relationship between the council chairman, his councils, along with the communities, I'm sure that we'll be able to sit together to fashion out ways to truly solve a lot of our security issues, because we'll have the needed information and intelligence at the right time. And I think that it's important that there's a close working relationship between the councils and the communities. The concept of full autonomy. While the local government councils are a third tier of governance, as third tiers of governance, desire substantial autonomy to deliver reasonably to citizens' needs at the very basic level. Success hinges on a whole of society approach at this level of governance, where the states, the local government councils, traditional rulers and town unions, civil society, faith and community-based organizations are an integral part of the development process, working collaboratively for the common good. In driving change and making local governments more beneficial in the area of autonomy, the multi-stakeholder approach with distinct interdependent roles will help ensure that the vision of accountability and inclusiveness and development-driven local government councils becomes a reality. The state government. It may not be possible for each local government to run its own local government service commission or its own local government audit and be fully detached from the state, as this will become very expensive and cumbersome. In Delta State, if we were to do that by giving full autonomy, we would then have 25 local government civil services and 25 number directorates of audit. It is my opinion that the Local Government Service Commission and the Directorate of Local Government Audit needs to remain as it is by law, providing the service needed for 25 local governments in order to cut costs and move the cumbersomeness. However, as per history here, the state government must assume the role of a facilitator rather than a domineering role. The state government should domesticate and enforce constitutional amendments that guarantee political, financial, and administrative autonomy to local government councils, as well as review state laws to give clarity to roles between MDAs and local government councils. Each state should establish a state economic planning board where relevant state actors and local government council officials sit together to formulate policy frameworks and develop plans for the states and local government. This will ensure policy alignment. The state should also provide needed technical assistance in planning, budgeting, and continuous training and mentoring programs for the local government council staff and elected officials. And arrogance. As councils, our roles go beyond the making of bylaws. We are expected to continually engage with the citizens we represent and be their voice in a two-way communication between the councils and the communities. Duties of councillors. As representatives of the wards in the council, we must understand our duties. We are their active link, the mouthpiece, the advocate, and feedback hotline. We must take note of this. All these are our functions, and we have to ensure that we do it right. This warrants our constant engagement as councillors with the traditional institution, with town hall unions, with women and youth groups, with religious bodies and community-based organizations. Please ensure that you do this, because you'll be helping yourself in the course of time as you do this. We must keep our communities informed about the activities of the council, mediate in local disputes, help mobilize communities to support policies, programs, and projects of the councils, support civic education and public enlightenment of the citizens, and facilitate civic engagement platforms that connect citizens' voices with decision makers, which is the council communities. There is a chance to reposition the grassroots as the engine room for sustainable development as the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration drives the process of substantial autonomy and full fiscal autonomy at the third tier of government. A deliberate attempt must be made nationally, however, to redefine leadership at the grassroots, improve service delivery, and give power back to the people through citizens' engagement and participation. Autonomy demands more than just financial independence. Council chairpersons and councillors, as custodians of public trust, should uphold professionalism, ethical standards, and the development excellence. To succeed, the council administration needs strong institutions, transparent budget with citizens' input, effective service delivery mechanisms, and an effective two-way communication between council administration and its communities. Citizens must be empowered to co-create their future through regular town hall meetings, ward development committees, participatory budgetary hearings, engagement with women and youth leaders, thus ensuring a whole-of-society approach to governance. Development is not a solo process. Local governments must forge strategic partnership with state MDAs for technical assistance and collaboration, as well as alliances with NGOs, private sector actors, donor agencies, academia, and research institutions for evidence-based policy making.
Councillors, everybody will receive the dividends of democracy. Thank you.
You mentioned that local government chairmen should carry the councillors along to make sure that there's security in the local government. How far do you think councillors being involved in security meeting will bring security in the state?
Yes, so like for instance, if the president wants to ask what is happening in the states today, the first person to call is the state governor. And if governor wants to know what is happening in various local government, the first point of call is the local government chairman. So if we want to know what is happening in various world, our first point of call should be the various local government councillors. So security, like they say, is everybody's business. Bringing the councillors in issues of security as far as the community is concerned will bridge the gap. If not, totally eradicate it to bring it to various minimum.
Lastly, what's advice to the councillors?
Yes, my advice to the councillor is that whatever politics, whatever position they are today is a process. It's a learning process. Like I have a common adage that don't live a champagne life from beer income. And I explain. Most of them, they feel as soon as they assume office as councillor, they are on top of the world. And they will live beyond their income. And tomorrow, before they see the their tenure is over, they can't take anything home. So I believe they should live the normal life they used to live and learn. It's a learning process. It's not a money-making venture. Thank you, and God bless.
Your name again and designation?
My name again is Warrior of Oki Friday, Chairman Isokosa Local Government Area of Delta State. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Honorable Okonkwo Paul Ekene, Councilor representing Ward 10 in Oshimelina Local Government.
Okay, so at this point, exactly what you're doing.
Today we are having a symposium. It's like a lecture with the governor of Delta State. So all the councillors in Oshimili North and in Delta State, they are all present here today. So that is what we are here today to get first-hand information from the government and from the leader of the Delta State government. That is Right Honorable Sheriff Ubobowore, the governor of Delta State.
All right, so I believe you heard about what he said concerning the councillorship position. What do you have to say concerning that?
Well, the information passed to us is impactful. At least it has given us a first-hand information on how the local government operates in the state. At least I believe that the councillors in the whole local government has received this information, and we are going to work with the information, because councillors are the key grassroots in the community, and we are representatives of the government in the grassroots. So it is very vital that we work in line with the governor's speech to make sure we represent our community effectively.
All right, so at this time, do you have any additional words to add towards the governor?
Well, the governor has said it all, because he is the number one man in the state, and we work in line with the constitution of the state. There's no how we work outside the state constitution. Well, one of the challenges we councillors are facing is we are not adequately funded in terms of our welfare. At least the leader of the coordinator of the councillors forum had outlined some of the challenges we are facing in the grassroots. So, well, the major challenges we are facing is our welfare. And I don't know, I'm appealing to the government, our local government chairman, to look into the councillors' welfare, because if we are taking good, if they have taken good care of us, we can be able to extend that care to the people in the grassroots. So that is what I believe, and I think is the major challenges councillors in the local area are facing currently.
Where is this thing? The line more. Go back.
The part of stakeholders that witnessed today's gathering of councillors, their forum, and so many issues were canvassed: autonomy, empowerment, and so many other things. What is your takeaway from here?
The first is to commend the Delta State Councillorship Forum, the leadership, for being able to come together, first put themselves together, and also to being able to put up this very informative symposium. For me, this is an opportunity for information gathering, consensus building, and engagement between the executive arm and also the councillors. I'm also happy with the rich audience that we have here today. I'm talking about the resource persons. And on behalf of Argon Delta State, we're happy with what they have done. And also want to commend the Governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborowori, for giving us this enabling environment, this enabling platforms. You've just been told that in Delta State, the relationship between us, the chairman, and the councillors is cordial. You can feel the cordiality, in there. And of course, without that cordiality, it becomes very difficult for the chairman to deliver. Going across 25 local governments, you can see that the council chairman of Delta State, we are putting in our best to 25 local governments. There is no chairman that is underperforming. We are doing very, very well. It is because we have the councillors forum that knows their job, that knows that for development to be able to thrive in any of the local governments, there must be this cordiality between them and us, the executive branch. So on behalf of Argon, we are happy, and we will keep this going. We'll keep engaging our councillors, and the information we have planned today, we hope to go back to our local government and put them to use.